What's up, guys? Welcome back to our video. And today we just got a brand new trailer for Morbius, starring Jared Leto as Michael Morbius. And in this trailer, they revealed so much new footage, including references to an Angel and Toomes Spider-Man universe, including for the Oscorp Tower and for the Daily Bugle, and of course for Michael Keaton's Adrian Toomes, aka Vulture from Spider-Man: Homecoming from the MCU. So with the MCU and the Sony Spider-Man universe, it's all coming together in this movie and from what we saw in this trailer. So in this video, this will be my full breakdown of the new Morbius trailer, play out all the Easter eggs and stuff that I missed that I could connect to both of the Sony Spider-Man universe and to the MCU, all merging one together in one universe. So let's get into it. So the trailer starts with Morbius arriving to an island to collect the bad DNA that I used to turn it into a vampire to find a cure for his disease. And this is pretty much from the last trailer when Morbius went to the island to collect the bad DNA, and somehow he turns into a vampire. And then we see more footage of Morbius helping out other hospital patients. It says Michael Morbius is like a doctor as well. But then bastards start to attack him as he's starting to get the bad DNA, and then he starts to turn into the vampire. That's how Morbius turns to, Morbius the vampire hunter. Then we hear a voice saying to Michael Morbius that he's been missing for 2 months, and then a SWAT team with guns is searching for Michael Morbius on a containment ship, and then out of nowhere, blood starts to drop like a man, and then Morbius starts to attack him as the vampire, as they were looking for him on that containment ship, and he was starting to attack a lot of people because now he's a vampire. And the person who is saying all this stuff to Michael Morbius is actually Simon Stroud, played by Tyrese Gibson, who's also an FBI agent who is going to be hunting down Michael Morbius and is a partner to Alberto Rodriguez. So he's kind of like an FBI agent trying to hunt down Michael Morbius, who's now a vampire. And with Morbius collecting all the bad DNA that turns him into a vampire, he cannot, can control it. And then we get a shot of the Horizon Labs, and now in the Marvel Comics, this company is actually run by Maximo Modell, and it's also the place where Peter Parker works. And for the Horizon Labs, it's supposed to create the most advanced technology in the world, so that maybe the Morbius movie is actually taking place around the time the Horizon Labs is there, where Peter Parker works. Next, we see Morbius kind of using his powers now that he's a vampire. He has superhuman abilities, like flipping things over, and then we see him flying outside of a subway train. But because he has superhuman abilities, maybe he has super speed as a vampire, and he has some sort of thing kind of a blue glows all over the city. That's part of Morbius's powers as a vampire. And then we see Morbius using a blue glowing wave across the city, and it is actually called a bad radar, which is when the bats use. And now Morbius is now using a bad radar, maybe to scan the city. And then we get a shot of Oscorp Tower from the Amazing Spider-Man universe with Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. And within this Oscorp Tower, we see that it's the same logo, same Oscorp logo from the Amazing Spider-Man universe. But in the Morbius trailer, we can see that it's the same logo, but it's a different building from when I saw it in the Amazing Spider-Man universe. So maybe Morbius is kind of taking place in some universes, but maybe after the aftermath of No Way Home. But we'll have to wait and see on that. But regardless, I think with this Oscorp Tower is might be taking place in New York or San Francisco. Then we hear Morbius' mentor ask him, "Can you control it?" Because I think in this movie we all know that Morbius is turning into a vampire, has turned into a vampire, and that he cannot control it because he was trying to cure his disease, but got attacked by bats by getting the bad DNA, and now somehow Morbius is turned into a vampire and somehow cannot control it, and now he's attacking people even though Morbius is a good man, but with his vampire abilities, and now he's a vampire, he cannot control it. Then we see Morbius reading a newspaper article from the Daily Bugle, and we see the Daily Bugle logo on it, and this is the same one from the same Raimi Tobey Maguire Spider-Man universe, and it says Michael Morbius apprehended on a vampire murderer, And we see that on the top it says Rhino, a villain from Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man universe, and we also see Black Cat on it too. And now I think like in the Marvel comics with Black Cat, since he's like associated with Spider-Man, and she appeared in some amazing Spider-Man comics. But anyways, with this honestly kind of like connected to the Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man universe, even though from the Daily Bugle this is from the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man universe. So maybe in the Morbius trailer or in this movie, it's kind of connected to like universes like all over the place, and like both Andrew and Tobey's Spider-Man universe. Then we see a bunch of FBI agents and cops trying to kill Morbius as he's now a vampire. And then we see a Morbius running through an alley, and as we can see, Spider-Man on the wall as a graffiti labeled a murder. And from what we can tell, this is actually Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, and it's actually like labeled murder because this is actually from the Spider-Man Far From Home post-credit scene when Tom Holland's Spider-Man was accused for murder. And this is actually connected to Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man universe too, as we all know that this is like probably going to take place after Spider-Man No Way Home, but we'll have to wait and see. But this is actually reused like footage, probably reused footage from the first trailer, from when we thought this was a mistake when Sam Raimi's Spider-Man was graffiti on the wall, but now it's all connected with No Way Home. And this is actually from Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man labeled murder, so it's still there after a year and a half of new footage. Next, we see Michael Keaton's Vulture in this trailer, and we last saw him at the end of the first trailer as well, and now he's appeared again in the second trailer. And from what he's wearing, this is actually from when he gets out of prison, and from what we can tell, like he says to Morbius that he'll keep in touch. So that means like the Sinister Six are forming. It'll probably set up the Sinister Six movie, even though in No Way Home we don't have like the sixth villain. If everyone knew like who the sixth villain is of the Sinister Six in Spider-Man No Way Home. Then the trailer continues with Morbius as a vampire randomly attacking people as he cannot control it of what he is capable of, and then we see him like go at it and like create crazy energy trying to attack people, and then we get a last shot of Morbius as a vampire. Then the trailer ends with Morbius trying to kill someone with a knife, and the person asks, who are you? And then we get like a Venom reference with Morbius saying, I am Venom, and then he says a final line says, Dr. Michael Morbius at your service. But with him saying, I am Venom, it will probably take place after the events of Venom, either be Carnage, or either is like in San Francisco, because, and spoilers, if you have not seen the Venom 2 post-credit scene, Venom and Eddie were transferred over from the Sony Spider-Man universe into the MCU, and then he looked on the TV from the Daily Bugle, and we saw Tom Holland's Spider-Man on the TV. So these universes are merging into one, as the MCU and Sony Spider-Man universe with Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man are merging into like separate universes. And so maybe for this movie, Morbius is like taking place inside of like all universes, like all over the place. With this Morbius show, this is probably like taking place inside of like multiple universes, like from the MCU to Sony's Spider-Man universes with Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, with Oscorp Tower, the Daily Bugle from the Sam Raimi's Spider-Man universe, and for Michael Keaton's Vulture from the MCU from Spider-Man Homecoming. And with all these Spider-Man Easter eggs and all these references, even to Venom, it's all coming together maybe in like one universe to merge, and also like a Sinister Six is set up with Vulture telling Morbius to keep in touch with them. So yeah, guys, I'm very excited for more Morbius and what they have in store for this movie, or maybe it's setting up for something like even bigger as we head down into the future of the Marvel universe, and I can't wait to see what else is in store. So that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Are you looking forward to Morbius, and what do you thought of those Spider-Man Easter eggs and some references maybe to Venom as well? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe and turn on the notification bell for future videos. And you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter for live updates. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.